This man is South Korea's most renowned criminal profiler. Just by observing a witness's body language and micro-expressions, he can tell that although the person isn't connected to the murder, they're giving false testimony. Police found skeletal remains based on a tip from a witness. The medical examiner determined the victim was over 16 years old, even though no evidence like a school uniform was found at the scene. Based on the unfused shoulder joint, the victim was most likely under 20. Right in the middle of this serious murder investigation, profiler John is eager to leave because he has something more important to take care of. This is John's daughter, Amy. On the surface, she's a cheerful, sunny, and polite kid, but when she witnesses someone pickpocketing on the subway, not only does she fail to stop the thief immediately, she even sets off an alarm sound on her phone to help the thief avoid suspicion. Soon, all three girls are brought to the police station for fighting. Amy notices the officer wears a wedding ring and has a Father's Day gift posted at his desk, so she plays the sympathy card, saying she's been living with just her dad since she was little, the two of them relying only on each other. The officer is completely moved. Meanwhile, John arrives home, carefully following a video tutorial to cook. He's planning to celebrate his daughter's birthday, but even after tutoring lets out, there's no sign of her. When he asks her teacher, he learns Amy hasn't been to class in a long time. Just as John is trying to make sense of this, the police station calls him to come in. Father and daughter soon meet face to face. The officer tells John they found several stolen phones at the scene where the three girls were fighting. All three deny stealing them, but the other two girls besides Amy both have criminal records. John demands to know why his daughter is hanging around with people like that. Before Amy can explain, the two girls yell out that she was the one who asked to join them. During the conversation, John notices his daughter purse her lips after denying it. Based on his professional expertise, he determines his daughter is lying. He promises the police he'll cooperate with the investigation, then bails Amy out. The father and daughter don't have a good relationship. Because of John's work, he's rarely home, so he hasn't been able to care much for his wife and daughter. Ever since Amy's mother died, their relationship has gotten even worse. On his way home from work that day, John is driving when he suddenly spots his daughter with a boy. Once inside, he immediately asks what their relationship is. Just as Amy explains they're classmates, a notification sound comes from the backpack hanging nearby. Amy had just taken her phone into the bedroom. John tells his daughter to open the backpack. Amy nervously refuses. John yanks the backpack down and dumps everything out onto the chair. Finally, underneath some books, he finds a black phone. Amy explains it belongs to a friend, that the friend was worried their parents would check their bag, so they asked her to hold it. John ignores his daughter's explanation. Amy is furious, demanding to know why her father doesn't trust her. In the end, John confiscates the black phone. He discovers the phone has no passcode, aside from one spam text. There's no call history and no contacts. He suspects his daughter stole it, so he has a colleague investigate who owns this phone number, then heads back to the station to work the case. Amy waits until late at night, sneaks into her father's bedroom, and steals the black phone back from the drawer. The moment she returns to her room, she receives a text message. It reads, "Contact me immediately, or you're dead." Before the father forces his way into his daughter's room, he notices a piece of paper wedged in the bottom right corner of the door crack. If anyone opens the door, the paper will fall to the ground. Obviously, his daughter uses this method to know if anyone's been inside. This simple trick doesn't fool John. He's South Korea's most renowned criminal profiler. However, when his daughter Amy returns to her bedroom door, she first glances at the paper's position. Though it's been restored to its original spot, the criminal profiler's daughter had a backup plan. She quickly looks up to the top left corner. The two needles wedged in the door frame have fallen to the floor, meaning someone has been inside. Turns out profiler John has always suspected his daughter is the killer in this case, but he has no concrete evidence, so that afternoon he brought her home. But his daughter Amy actually called grandma into the city. John can't understand this behavior at all, convinced his daughter must have some ulterior motive. After all, the grandmother and granddaughter barely even talk normally. Amy explains she injured her hand and back. She can't bend over to wash her hair. Even using the bathroom is difficult. Surely she can't ask her father to help with these things. Just then the station calls, asking John to come back for a meeting, and the matter is dropped. Meanwhile, police pull up surveillance from the warehouse blood and burn car case. They discover the driver was a female, 5'6", judging by her clothing. She appears quite young. John tenses up the moment he sees the girl's silhouette, because she's wearing the exact same outfit as his daughter Amy. Even her build looks somewhat similar. Additionally, police also pull cell tower records from near the surveillance area, but the coincidence strikes again. Right in the middle of page 2 is his daughter's name. At the same time, the red fiber analysis results come back. It's some kind of textile, but due to the wide variety, they can't determine exactly what it is. They'd need a comparison sample, but the forensic examiner is certain of one thing, though there's no DNA on it. The owner of this item was at the crime scene, so the first thing John does when he gets home is plan to burst into Amy's room to search for evidence. But before that, he accidentally discovers the paper wedged in the door crack. This further confirms his suspicion. His daughter must be connected to this case, so John not only searches through his daughter's closet, he even checks where she keeps her underwear, until he finds a locked drawer under the desk. His expression immediately grows tense. He can't help but wonder, could the red item be hidden in here? Just then, John sees his daughter coming home. Never would he have expected. The moment Amy sees her father's shoes in the entryway, she immediately realizes that he's usually too busy to come home. Him being here this early definitely means something's up, so she plans to go check her bedroom. But seeing the needles scattered on the floor, she knows her father has already been inside. John casually greets Amy. The father and daughter exchange a few brief words. As they're about to go their separate ways, he suddenly notices a red plush keychain on his daughter's backpack. Now it all clicks. Isn't this red textile exactly Amy's keychain? But this time John doesn't act impulsively. His mind is racing. What if his daughter really is the killer? John suspects his daughter Amy is a murderer. Amy fires back with a question of her own. Does he really think her brothers fall off the cliff, and their mother's suicide were both accidents? John stares at his daughter's serious expression. A chill runs down his spine. Right then, the police come knocking. John's afraid his daughter will get arrested, so he pretends no one's home. The detective captain is about to leave, but then he spots a car parked outside. It's John's car. The captain realizes that Amy, the girl he's investigating, is John's daughter, so he turns around and keeps knocking. John tells his daughter to go back to her room. He wants to handle this himself, but Amy suddenly opens the door. She lets the captain in. Everyone's shocked. A faint smile crosses Amy's face, like she just won something. The captain sits down and gets straight to the point. Where were you on the day of the incident? The 11th? What were you doing? They're investigating a case at a warehouse. Amy says she's never been there. John knows his daughter is lying. Her phone's location data shows she was there. Before the captain can ask another question, Amy jumps in. Is this about the victim, Madison? John's heart sinks. The captain asks if they knew each other. Amy admits she met Madison a week ago. Madison had stolen someone's phone that day. Amy followed her and they got into a fight. Both of them ended up at the police station. That was their first meeting. But what Amy says next doesn't match the information John has. Amy claims her phone was stolen that day, but another witness said Amy stole Madison's phone. Amy also says she was with her boyfriend all night on the 11th, meaning she has an alibi. The captain takes down the boyfriend's contact info and leaves. The captain leans against his car, feeling something's off about Amy. Sure, Madison does have a record for theft, but Amy's answers were just too perfect. John still doesn't trust his daughter. The evidence he has completely contradicts what Amy just said. He wants to figure out where that black phone came from. Amy repeats herself again. She never met Madison a second time. She didn't steal any phone. If her father believes what other people say, then why does he even care whether she's lying or not? John wants to ask about his wife and son. Amy doesn't even turn around. She says whenever someone around her dies, she becomes a suspect. What exactly does she mean to her father? After hearing this, John can't sleep all night. He holds the charm from Amy's backpack, drowning in self-doubt. It turns out, Buzzcut regularly assigned Madison to go to the woods near a warehouse to find a large tree tied with a red ribbon. Under the tree would be a bag full of stuff. As long as she brought it back to the rented apartment, she'd get $1,000,001 as a delivery fee. Over time, Madison realized there was way more than $1,000,001 inside. From lush green leaves to heavy snowfall, that bag would always show up on schedule under the red ribbon. But when spring came the following year, the bag didn't appear at the agreed location. Buzzcut suspected she had pocketed the money. Without asking any questions, he just beat her up. Madison secretly vowed to herself she had to escape this hellish life. So that night, she snuck into the room where the money was kept, grabbed a large bag of cash, and disappeared into the night. She had no idea someone had already been watching her. Completely unaware, Madison hid all the stolen money in a locker at the subway station, and the person following her was none other than Amy, the criminal profiler's daughter. It turns out Amy had been tailing Madison because she discovered this person was a member of Buzzcut's crew. So that day at the subway station, to create an opportunity to get close, she played a police siren sound and ran away with him. Afterwards, Amy, claiming to be in the same line of work, hid in a hotel with Madison and Sophia, and tentatively hoped Madison would let her join the crew she was introducing. However, Madison, who had already stolen the money, revealed she was leaving the city, but refused to say why no matter what. So Amy, watching Madison playing on her phone, came up with a plan. She suddenly grabbed her bag and dumped everything inside onto the floor, then immediately called the police right in front of her. Madison naturally didn't want any complications. She immediately stood up and got into an argument with Amy. Taking advantage of the chaos, she kicked Madison's phone under the bed. Soon, because of the fight, all three of them were taken to the police station. During this time, Amy carefully memorized the person's ID number and phone number, then asked her boyfriend to help her get into that hotel room, and retrieved Madison's phone while she was at it. Then using the numbers she'd memorized, she cracked the code to the subway locker. After getting the cash stored inside, she called Madison's number, hoping to meet her in person, and the meeting location was on the mountain where the girl Soo-hyun's remains were found, and where the red ribbon transactions took place. But unexpectedly, Madison died under mysterious circumstances.